The building, this one, was built something at the end of 19th century. This building was bought by the Zoltan Heisler father, who was physician, but he was too old to start anything with the building. So after the First World War, his son Zoltan Heisler, who was also physician, started building spa and sanatorium. Imre Magyar tenement building, it was the first two-story tenement building built in Subotica according to the palaces and tenement buildings in Budapest. We have to know that there was in the town only few two-story buildings in the center, and the Subotica at that time, it was 1847, looked much more like a village. There is a line of houses here instead of the city hall. So when the city hall was built, they had to put the new facade on the music school. They decided to redesign the building, and then they make it in Art Nouveau style. But inside the building, it still has a classicist style, like in time when the building is built. I will speak now about Titus Mačković, who was a Subotica architect. He was born here, but he came back from his study in 1879. From that time he started to design different houses in Subotica, and comparing with Ferenc Reichel, who is also famous Subotica architect, Ferenc Reichel designed only about 15 buildings in the town, but most of his works were capital works. Titus Mačković was different kind of architect. He designed over 400 buildings in the town. Some of them very important, some of them less important. Almost every other building you can see in the town was designed by Titus Mačković. He never got a diploma, he was just studying but never finishing his study. But he is one of the best Subotica architects. 2 times in his career he was a main city engineer, so controlling the building of whole city. This house is Titus Mačković design. It was designed for Jožef Roznovski, who came to live in Subotica in 1886 from Kiš Salaš, who opened here a grocery store, and the grocery store worked so well. In 1909 he had enough money to build a tenement building. You can see here in Art Nouveau style. This is something which has connections with Vienna Art Nouveau, with works of brothers Vago. When we crossed the street, we left the protected zone and we came into the zone which is not protected. According to the present urban plans, from the building of the post, which is protected and will not be demolished, all the other buildings from here and 1 kilometer that way will be demolished. This building is interesting because it has a 200 years long history. Sándor Molzer, who was a bricklayer, got in possession of the plot and the house, and in 1910 he made the design to redesign a facade to make it in a Art Nouveau style. I don't know really what happened because the house was not made according to his design. Sometimes bricklayers made design of buildings, it was not very often, but I like this building because it has žolnai decorations on facade. The whole decorations are painted in brown, but you can see the face of the lady. Some of the brown color started to peel down, and you can see it's a blue žolnai piece on the facade. Also, these pigeons, maybe hawks or something, they are also made of žolnai ceramic. Titus Mačković was a person who were bringing new things in the town. In this building, he was first to introduce Art Nouveau in Subotica in 1899. This building was designed for Fazekas Lajos, who is also architect, who also designed over 400 houses in Subotica, but only ground floor houses. I think that Fazekas Lajos didn't feel himself enough skilled to design big tenement building. So he asked Titus Mačković to do it. Art Nouveau facade, which was peeled off, unfortunately, in the period of socialism, but in original project plans it can be seen that it was really Vienna Art Nouveau. What was also interesting, Titus Mačković planned the concrete construction in between floors. This is the first use of concrete in this kind of building in Subotica instead of earlier structures in other buildings.